Why would we go to Mars?
Yeah.
Yeah, there is a good reason to go to Mars. And the good reason to go to Mars is we're in jeopardy here. And I don't think Mars is in any way a long-term plan for survival of people. But there are processes unfolding here in our solar system that put us in jeopardy potentially here on Earth, and having just at least an outpost of people somewhere else would not be a bad hedge against that. So
Definitely.
I think we're not close enough, but
Right.
but
it's definitely a potential reality, and if it was possible, it would be a good move if you wanted to hedge your bets.
yep, and we
Yeah.
should hedge our bets
Which
because
is Elon's position on this.
yeah,
You know, that we're in danger of the human race going extinct from a variety of different things. Not even our own fault. It could be a bunch of different things. Asteroid impacts, super volcanoes. A lot of stuff can happen right here that kills us all.
space weather.
Oh, yeah. Fucking some supernova. Too close. Sorry. Everything's cooked.
Micronova, which is actually a viable hypothesis. Apparently, this is something that can happen. It doesn't necessarily destroy the star. You can have a burst of radiation that radically alters things down here.
Oh, fun.
Yeah.
And maybe that's what happened to Mars, which is also part of the problem. Because Mars at one time had an atmosphere. Mars at one time had liquid water. We don't really know what happened.
Yeah. No, agreed.
Mars is probably a little closer to the sun at one point in time in the past.
It turns out that our solar system is dynamic and dangerous in a way that we don't really know, because our study has happened in a period of calm.
And we're really looking at a very brief amount of time that we can measure in terms of a human experience. It's so brief in terms of what we know about what human beings have experienced, and then we have to go back to like core samples. You have to go back to, it appears that there was Earth 1, and Earth 1 was hit by another planet. That's how we get the moon. And then the moon. The moon's crazy.
Yeah.
What a crazy thing that this thing stabilizes us. It's in the exact same right position, the exact right size to make sure that we can exist as we exist right now. It's almost like somebody put it there.
It's a beautiful thing.
It's a beautiful thing, but it's kind of kooky. It's almost like someone put it there.
It's very convenient.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, and of course, there's an anthropic principle in play here as well, because the question is, are we here because we do have a moon to play the exact right role? You know, this planet has a lot going for it, and one way to think about that is, wow, that's no accident, or no, we're here to talk about it because those accidents happen to line up here.
Right. Or, yeah, it's odd, but that's also why there's not life everywhere.
Right.
And this does happen, and when it does happen, then you get some life.
Yeah.
But until it happens, and the variety of temperature changes over the course of the seasons is just too vast for what we understand as biological life to survive. But then, or at least intelligent.
Right.
See, it's not just biological. It has to be intelligent. It has to be able to manipulate its environment. It has to be able to record the previous thoughts in history, develop language. And it's really tough to do that if you're in an environment and you've adapted to an environment that can vary by 300 degrees.
Right. No, you're exactly right, that the number of things that have to stack up before you get to the point that you're pondering why you're here is
Yeah.
many.
You have to have food. Right. You have to have food, and you have to have your feet up and going, why are we here?
Yeah, and you have to not be going routinely extinct because things suddenly go haywire.
Exactly. This is why this kind of thought emerges once people sort of settle down.
Yep.
And get some food, start herding some cattle, and go, hey, stars are kind of crazy.
Yeah. You ever looked up?
Instead, everybody's just looking in the bushes for what's going to kill them, what's going to eat me.
You know, it's funny. I've spent a lot of time watching animals. They don't look at the sky.
Oh, that's interesting.
It is interesting.
That is very interesting. That's very interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. It's not productive until you get pretty deep into thinking about, abstract things as a way of finding what you're not doing right.
Well, we look outward and we look inward, which is really like next level, right? Like we look at microscopes, go, what is going on here? Like,
right.